Now here's what's cool about the way these songs are used in Into the Spider-Verse. Even though they are sung from a first-person perspective too, using words like I and my, they are attached to many characters and to general themes of the movie. Scared of the Dark isn't just about Miles, it's about the entire city feeling the loss of their guardian, Spider-Man. Familiar is of course about Miles and his relationship with his family, but Across the Spider-Verse goes further by having the songs play more into subjective perspectives, especially the songs that are only on the album. The songs actually have details that expand on things we are told in the movie. Because next up we have Am I Dreaming is definitely from Miles' perspective after the madness he's just been through. That's definitely why it's a song in the end title sequence. Even though I bet Gwen could also relate, as the song says, it's actually quite straightforward as a hidden detail. But what about something that hasn't been very straightforward and has some of the fan base rooting for Spider-Bat and Miles? How does Gwen really feel about Miles? Well, I think this song is the answer. Calling by Nav and Sway Lee is from Gwen's perspective, funny enough. It addresses her state of mind as she's coming to save him. It addresses how she feels about betraying him. Instead of holding you down, I should lift you up. It hurts me when you start to see my flaws. It reinforces that she wishes she could be with him and that she is in love with him. For all those who think this is not going to end with them in a relationship. Short on time for you, I never have enough. When I ran into you, I didn't plan on falling in love. And if there's still any doubt, Nav says, treat the world like my guitar, I'm pulling strings for you. And yeah, sure, Hobie's the one with the guitar, but Gwen is the musician in the relationship between her and Miles. And then there's this song. Silk and Cologne is interesting because it doesn't seem to be referencing anyone in particular, but it does play at the party where Miles' mom and dad are the main characters of those scenes. And racially, it is the same dynamic between Offset and 8, so maybe it's their theme. I don't know, it's a really addictive song anyway. Then there's a song with even more context about the way Gwen feels about her Peter Parker. Oh my, she's a long way from suburban town. Self-Love is definitely from Gwen's perspective. It plays as she talks about Peter in the movie's opening scene.
Guess I just never found the right one. In this line,
that's what the scene and the song is about. From Gwen's perspective, he didn't love himself enough and so he hurt himself while he tried to love her. It describes Peter as an overthinker and an introvert with lines like drink too much, think too much, and love hanging out, say you hating out, feeling introverted. It also addresses how Gwen sees that Peter had a misplaced sense of love and ambition, probably due to his life experiences. You don't know love. Just show love. Also, it literally ends with a quote from Gwen, so it's really connected in lots of ways.
In every other universe, Gwen Stacy falls for Spider-Man.
Now, this next song could literally be the soundtrack for Miles' escape scene.
See you back home, Spider-Man.
Home starts with Spot's ominous line, and it's a song about Miles accepting that he's alone in this fight. Fight all my battles all alone, trying to make it home. And wanted to go home to save his dad. And then it ends with the go home machine talking and Miles saying he's going home.
Initializing go home machine.
Sorry, man. I'm going home.
And then it finally ends with
I made it. I'm home.
Now here's a song that gives us more insight into what's happening in Miguel's mind. Non-violent communication. Now this song is very uncomfortable and I think it's from Miguel's perspective for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's definitely what he needs to learn.
Who's worried about Spot? I'll worry about Spot.
But it's also the tone. It's so sad and bitter and uncomfortable, and I wonder if the blend with the woman's voice in the chorus with James Blake is supposed to be his daughter. Oh, and of course, to show that I'm not completely insane, it literally ends with Miguel saying,
I'm this dimension's one and only Spider-Man. At least I was.
And it perfectly fades right into the next song, which is definitely from Miguel's perspective, called
Giving Up Too Much to Stop Now.
Giving Up starts with,
but I'm not like the others. I don't always like what I have to do.
And this song really solidified the perspective I have on Miguel, which is that he genuinely thinks he's a good guy. I mean, this is the chorus. And that's his perspective on his operations. He really believes he's doing good and everyone else is just giving up. And he won't. He'll protect the multiverse at all costs. If you or me, you might give up. And the rest of the song is very much in perspective of a man who thinks the world is against him and one who's in a struggling situation, making hard choices, as 21 Savage raps.
I got a family to feed, 21. Ducking the envy and greed.
Which fits Miguel's mindset, but also it could literally just be every 21 Savage song ever, so... Also, 21 says,
I smell a win and get teed.
And it also hits more because if this is Miguel, I think this line is what he thinks about, say, Gwen and Peter.
Don't give up on me. How you just give up on we?
He's definitely going to be a good guy in the next movie because at least for a start, his heart is in the right place. It's his head and the algorithm that's wrong. And of course, for all the doubters, it literally ends with,
Being Spider-Man is a sacrifice. That's the job. That's what you signed up for.